You see, you don't need the therapist or the life coach. You just need to walk a 25-kilometer day on Camino de Santiago and watch what happens to your body, to your brain, and to what's around. Day 6 on the Camino Portuguese, the literal route from Porto. And there's an important question: what's so special about walking 25 kilometers on the Camino? Because it's the distance where you stop starting and the Camino becomes your whole day. Today we found a place where people leave stones, and it didn't feel like a pilgrim tradition, it felt like real life. And in Baiona we did our arrival ritual and it changed the mood instantly. And later, we made a choice at the Ramoyosa that set up what next happened. So, if you ever wondered when does the Camino start changing you quietly, today is the day. And this episode is sponsored by the Camino Maps app. We woke up early because the stage looked longer than usual. And here's one of those Camino quiet lessons. Long days are easier when you start before the word starts. Not because we're hardcore, because we're smart. The first hour is 3 kilometers, cooler, quiet roads, and a body that hasn't started negotiating yet. And up to now, we've been walking shorter distances on purpose. Easing into it, letting the feet toughen up, and letting the shoulders stop complaining. But today, the first acres are quieter. We're still walking, so we add distance. And we've closed now, only about 144 kilometers to Santiago, and weirdly, we don't want it to finish, because once the Camino becomes your rhythm, you don't want to go back to your old noise. And she gave us a good morning, and the clouds, honestly, saved us. After the days of scorching sun, this felt like a Galicia saying, okay, you can have an easier day, but you still have to earn it. This is the kind of the weather that makes you feel better. Not faster, better. You breathe easier, you relax your shoulders, and you stop trying to beat the day. And that's when 25 kilometers becomes something else. Because 25 kilometers isn't just distance. It's long enough for the day to start doing something to you. Not long after leaving Via de Suso, we found it. A pile of stone that instantly reminded us of Cruz de Ferro on the French way. But here it didn't feel like the pilgrims' only thing. It felt like locals were part of it too. And that's made it special because it connects towards the pilgrim life and the normal life back home. And out there letting go doesn't always need to be a ceremony. Sometimes it's just a small gesture on the side of the road. So we took a moment, no speech, no drama, just that quiet agreement with ourselves. Not everything has to come with us. And here's the little question for you who's listening. If you could leave one thing on this pile, what would it be? A fear, a worry, a habit, a vision of yourself you've tired of carrying? Drop it in the comments, even if it's just one word, because half the Camino is working forward and the other half is choosing what you're finally done dragging behind us. It was early, and apart from few German pilgrims who started even sooner than us, we couldn't see anyone, just horses grazing like they own the Camino. And then comes the first real mission of the day, coffee. We walked along the roads towards Ermida, a camping place, and finally, coffee, breakfast, simple food. And on the days like this, simple is perfect. Because on the 25-kilometer stage, don't postpone your first real stop too long. A small early breakfast can save the last third of the day. Then we did the most unromantic Camino ritual, sunscreen, face and arms. On the Camino Portuguese, the sun doesn't always feel violent, but it drains you slowly. And the worst part, the only notice is later, when your backpack straps start burning. So yes, sunscreen, number one friend, no poetry, and just survivor. And a quick thank you to Camino Maps. It's a free app that's been accompanying us on this Camino. Because if the Camino gives you one thing every single day, it's choices. With the Camino Maps app, you can see full trail life, including all the variants, so switching between coastal, littoral and central actually makes sense. You can search accommodations by town, check ratings and reviews, and contact places directly. You can also build your day-by-day stage plan inside the app, see distance and elevation, and use a live distance counter so you always know how far for the next stop. And if you're stuck on where to sleep, it even gives you suggestions. So if you want the Camino that feels less stress, and more I've got this, the link is in the description, or download it on the Apple Store or the Google Play. And you know what? The best part of it, it's totally for free. And after the coffee, the sun came back. But we had shelter, eucalyptus trees, shadow patterns, that soft woodland feeling. And this is where a 25-kilometer day teaches you pacing. Not speed, but pacing. The Camino punishes ego pace and rewards calm pace. And once you find that calm pace, something happens. You stop fighting the day and start moving with it. Then the horizon opened and we saw them, the Islas Cíes. They sit out there like a secret. Even from far away, they feel like a promise. Not we're going there, but keep going. That's what the coast does. It keeps giving you horizons. And where you're walking along, you don't need motivational speeches. You need a horizon that quietly says, just keep moving. Then we entered Baiona, poured the energy, boats, life, salt air. And here's a practical pilgrim's habit we love. When we arrive in the town, we go into the church first. Not because we have to be religious, because it marks the day. It tells your body we made it. It tells your mind, pause. Then we wandered the town, the fortress vibe, the views, the Virgin on the hills, and the busy seaside rhythm. And you know the moment when you see something, a boat, a port, a wall, and you realize this route has been receiving arrivals for centuries. And then we ask the most important question of the day: where can we eat something that fills our stomach and souls? So we had pulpo a la gallega. And after 25 kilometers, food isn't just a treat, it's recovery. It's tomorrow's energy. So on the long days, eat like you're training. Salt, protein, real food. The future self will thank you. Then we reached Aramoyosa, decision time. This is Camino life. You arrive slightly tired, slightly hungry, and you still have to choose. And the longer you walk, the easier choosing becomes. Not because you care less, because you trust more. So we chose to show the literal way along the water, and it felt like the right kind of yes. And the day finished with the true Camino ceremony, laundry. We enter, we open the machine like it's treasure chest, we feed it socks and suffering. Then we wait, like someone watching the most dramatic movie ever made. Sometimes you become the washing machine, because after 25 kilometers your standards for entertainment change. And finally, the victory shot. Hanging things to dry, the pilgrim's flag. We made it. No glamorous, no perfect, but cleanish and still walking. So that was the day number 6 from Porto, 25 kilometers. Another question that we had all day, and one you probably asking too: was it worth it? You see, because 25 kilometers isn't just a longer stage, it's kind of a day that changes the feel of the Camino. With the small moments that stack up until you realize we're walking differently, breathing differently, reacting differently. So tell us in the comments, what's your sweet spot distance on the Camino and why? 10 to 15, 20, 25 or more? And the next chapter of this adventure is where the things start to get spicy, because after days like sea, solitude, rhythm, the Camino starts getting louder. More pilgrims, more noise, more distractions, bigger cities. So suddenly the real test isn't whether you can walk far, it's whether you can keep calm when the trail turns into the moving city. So if you want to see what's happening next, subscribe to this channel and also watch this video here, which probably will change the entire way you see the Camino.